Hi, my name is Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California right now, and I'm making a video file. I'm also digitally tape recording this video. Today's date is April 18, 2012. My name is Williams, and I'm standing outside right now of USD campus, having a cigarette break, and remaking a video that I already attempted to make, and they literally stopped it earlier today as a result of them using the capabilities that are described in the remote neural monitoring file. And that particular video was about neural entrainment in reference to when you're a target of organized stalking. What they do is subject the target to what is known as visual and audio anchoring. And as a result, I'm going to give you an illustration here of how they do it. If the target, say, is leaving a specific place and going to go to the next place, they might be using the bus transportation in order to do it. They'll go to a bus stop and sit down, and as a result of the stalking aspect of organized stalking, they know where a target's at. So if on a particular day they decide to assault the target, what they'll do is meet the target at they'll go to the bus stop the target's at, and provoke the target, intimidate the target, and then assault the target. While the target is being subjected to this approach and to the intimidation, the threats, and the actual assault, they are processing mental responses and physiological responses and emotional responses, possible physical responses, and verbal responses to this whole expedition. And as a result of experiencing it, as far as the mental responses and all the responses that I've just dictated, a neural network is created. And if there's any motor cortex associated behaviors attached to it, like any physical responses, they will be attached to the same neural network as well. So what these organized stalking expeditions will do is put other organized stalkers along the target's routes on subsequential days and have them engage towards in behaviors towards the target that are similar to the provocation that was brought about the target on the day towards the target on the day they were assaulted at the bus stop. And this is done in order to be able to create neural networks and then reinforce and potentiate the one that was created on the day they were assaulted. And why is this? In organized stalking expeditions, what they do is anchor visual, it's called visual anchoring and audio anchoring. And what is that all about? That's about making sure that a target experiences visual harassment along the route and verbal harassment along the route as a result of being a target of the organized stalking expeditions. And why is that done? That's done so then a target experiences neural responses to the provocations. And these physical gestures that are the visual anchoring and the verbal statements that are delivered through direct conversation tactics are done for audio anchoring. And this is done to anchor threats, commentary that might produce resentment or fear or anger, any mental response that they can get a target to engage in as a result of what they're experiencing, either the visual anchoring, which are nothing more than physical gestures and or possibly intimidation gestures towards the target, or the audio anchoring, which is verbal statements that are usually directed through direct conversation tactics that are usually delivered through direct conversation tactics, and that is what is known as neuro-linguistic programming, where they'll get along a target's route and get the target's attention by usually saying something that the target can identify with, because what's being said is usually personal about a target. And then once the intention is gotten, a verbal statement or statements or commentary or even conversations will be solicited for the target to hear that are threatening, provoking, fear-mongering, and as a result, the target has a physiological response, an emotional response, a mental response, and the body physiologically reacts to it. Well, as the target is experiencing this, a neural network is being formed. Okay? What they'll do is take these neural networks that they're creating deliberately through visual anchoring and audio anchoring, through these means, and what they'll do is literally identify and mark the neural networks that are created as a result of these expeditions being perpetrated towards the target deliberately. And why is that done? Because in each neural network, the physiological responses, the mental responses, the emotional responses, everything, and any physical motor cortex behaviors that are associated within each neural network that they create through these means is identified and marked by them using remote neural monitoring. And as a result, these neural networks can be stimulated in real time on future dates for any theater they bring along towards a target on a later date to get them to act out in the way they acted out as a result of the neural network being created in a theater that was brought about towards them on an earlier date. It's called remote neural monitoring, remote neural stimulating, remote neural influencing. And this is done in order to be able to get the target to react out the way they acted. In other words, if a target acts one way and has physiological responses in one way, or mental responses in one way to one specific event, that's a created neural network. And what they'll do is take that neural network and stimulate it in another event they bring about towards the target on a later date to stimulate the previous response that was neurally created in real current time events. And this is done for all types of motivations and aspirations, for entrapment, into institutionalizations, jails, group homes, and a lot of that is done in order for them to be able to take over the target's finances, Medicare fraud, and sexual exploitation. And they do that by trying to claim that the target is a threat to themselves or others, and then that's where they take over the target's finances, their bank accounts, their Social Security. Then they will stage all types of incidences towards the targets once they get a hold of the target in these group homes, and then blame the incidences on the target as a result of the reason why they got a hold of them to begin with, by trying to claim that they can't take care of themselves and that they're a threat to people. They'll stage incidences in these homes and then turn around and say that the target's got to go back into the hospital, and that's where the Medicare gets built out of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars each and every time they stage an incident, and the target is also sexually exploited in these group homes. Make sure you take a look at the YouTube video that is in the comments feature of this one for continuation reference to this technology, how they operate, and understand this and be clear. If you take a look at the next couple of videos that are going to be in the YouTube video of in the YouTube comments feature of this video, you'll be able to get a more thorough, complete understanding of these expeditions, the technologies that are used, and the particulars and the capabilities and the methods that are used in reference to what I've already described. Today's date is April 18th, 2012. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm at the USD right now making this video, and if it doesn't take, it'll literally show that I'm being remotely neurally monitored on this campus, because it states in the remote neural monitoring file they had the capacity to literally, through RF filtering, piggyback on the frequency of this video camera in order to compromise the internal functions of it, so I can't video record. My name is Leslie Williams, San Diego, California.